All right, Doc South here. I don't know. I don't know where I got this or why I wrote it, but it was something. If you, I'm always looking for money saving tips. I'm not made of money. Trust me. In fact, if I was made of money, I'd be about this high. Yeah, the maybe smaller. And the other day, I don't know. This just came to me. One advantage to being poor is that well, being poor is a whole lot cheaper than being rich. Yeah, you think about all the stuff people do, all the stuff people do to stay rich. Think of the money they spend, huh? Yeah, it's just too much. Gosh, you got to pay a financial planner, well, which is fine if you got it, I suppose. You got to pay, oh my gosh, all the different stock fees and yeah, upkeep on that limo, and by gosh, by the time you're all said and done, whoo, yeah, you certainly, well, you just can't afford it. Yeah. In fact, I'll bet a lot of rich people have gone broke trying to maintain rich. Right. And I don't mean buying yeah, well, I don't mean necessarily buying a $8,000 folding chair. I mean just handling the nuances of being rich. Yeah, it'll drive you to the poorhouse. So better you should be poor, I guess, because you can get along so cheaply and nicely too. I'll tell you the truth. I've been making this thing. I may even make some tonight. It's basically what you do is you get some of those little tiny noodles. I don't know if I've done this before. Forgive me if I have, but you get those little tiny spaghetti noodles like that or elbow macaroni. You can always get it cheap. It doesn't matter if you buy the expensive box or the cheap box. It's blindfolded. You can't tell the difference. No, you can't. The big thing with pasta is cook it right. Yeah, cook it al dente, so it has a little bit of a fight to it, a little rubbery, right? And little throw a little butter in with those or margarine if you got it to the noodles. Bingo. The thing is, oh, did my door just open? I think it did. Yeah. Wait a minute. Yeah, here's why. Do you see her? Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Millie, what are you doing? Huh? I think she's thinking I should eat breakfast. I already have. I don't know what the deal is. But in any case, yes, well, here's what I've been doing, and it's about as cheap as pie, and usually you can get two meals out of this. What you do is you go to the store and you look for soup that is on sale, preferably those big cans of Progresso. Yeah, that's very good soup. But whatever you find, whatever you find, and I've been getting like the vegetable soup or the meatball soup. They got like an Italian meatball soup, wedding soup, all that. And I know they say don't dilute it. Normally you wouldn't. But if you dilute it, you put in maybe an equal can of water. And then what you do is as you're boiling the soup, you throw in some pasta. Those little tiny noodles, like I said, the little, throw in a cup or so of that. They thicken up, they eat up some of the water. You can always add more water if you want. If you're worried about the water diluting the flavor of the soup, well, frankly, it probably won't. But you can always throw in a bouillon cube, chicken or beef, right? Or vegetable. And I've been doing that. And then also, if I got you wait till hamburger's on sale, fry it up into pieces. You can throw some of that in there too. So you got vegetable beef noodle soup. And darned if it isn't good. Yeah, you can add all sorts of stuff to it, and frankly, every meal can be somewhat different. It's like the spaghetti sauce pot, where you make a big pot of spaghetti sauce, and you just add something every day, whatever it needs. Low on onions, you get an onion, throw it in there. Needs mushrooms? Okay, get some mushrooms. You can eat spaghetti and have it taste different, almost for about a week or two. Yeah, it works nicely. Except by the end, you got to sort of take an air hammer to the sides of the pot because the tomato kind of gets encrusted in there. But other than that, And but this, yeah, basically it's a can of soup, preferably the Progresso brand or something similar. Dilute it, pasta, throw in a little meat. You got some extra vegetables, maybe you got some chicken, some cooked chicken, throw that in there. Maybe some leftover meatballs, from Sunday dinner. Bingo, and it's sort of a cross. Depending on if you don't add extra liquid, well then it's stew. Right. Okay. Then it's stew. If you add extra liquid, then it's soup. Right. If you don't add any, if you add a whole lot of water, well, then it's sort of consomme. Yeah, yeah, nice. And it's always tasty. And one thing you can do too is you wait for those pre-made biscuits in the can at the dairy section of your supermarket. You get some of them. Don't get the flaky ones, but get the solid biscuits, and you cut them up and you throw them in the boiling. You don't do too many, but you cut some up, and you throw them into the boiling soup, and cook them about, I think, 10 minutes uncovered, and then 10 minutes covered, and let them boil, and you got dumplings. Yeah. If you have chicken, you got a nice chicken, vegetable, and dumplings. You probably pay $80 for that at some fancy restaurant. Right? Okay. Nothing wrong with a fancy restaurant. It's fun to go, but you got to save some money so you can go. Right. And that's what you do. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just saying. Yeah, you might want to give that a thought. If I've already done similar video for you, well, I do apologize, but it does bear repeating. There's, people often forget there's all these great things you can do with leftovers. Fantastic stuff. Okay. Anyway, friends, we'll see you later. I hope this is of some help. We'll see you. Bye now. God bless.